We'll talk about that.
It's quite poor. Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Ian. The channel's all about music and art, and I'm doing one of my rare unboxings. So I've been very kindly sent this little item from DF Audio, and Dudley from DF Audio contacted me and sent me an email and said, would I be interested in having a look at this? So what this is, it's called a NANO E, and it's a low profile expression slider and CV attenuator, suitable for modular, semi-modular gear and any synth with or effects unit with an expression pedal input. Now I don't do modular, but I've got some semi-modular equipment, so in a future video we'll put this through the test, but let's unbox it and see how we get on with it. So it's arrived, we're all packed. Get rid of that. So we've got a screwdriver and a second additional control. So it ships with a high quality system. It's all sealed, so we'll it's good that it's a resealable bag. And there is the NANO E controller. So it ships with it's got a high quality B50K slider installed, and a spare, that's what's in there. That spare is a B20K slider that can easily be swapped out, no soldering required, and I guess that depends on what the how the response curve feels with the particular synth. So we may end up doing that, but initial thoughts are it's well built. We've got an input and output which actually are not marked, but I'm sure we'll find out. We have got instructions, so we've got full instructions, and we look forward to having a play with the NANO E in a future video. Just so that you can see a little bit more about this before I actually get on to spending some time with it. I'm going to spend a good 2 or 3 weeks before I do the follow-up video on this, but I'm going to include DF Audio's instruction video just to give you a little bit of the background information, and we'll do that now.
This is NANO E from DF Audio, a tiny, low-profile expression slider suitable for modular and semi-modular gear, as well as any synth or effects unit with an expression pedal input. It's been designed to sit neatly on the side of a keyboard at a comfortable height, so it can be played just like a mod wheel. Aside from the great ergonomics, NANO E's got some other nifty features that make it stand out from similar products on the market, which we'll cover later in the video. Let's first take a look at how NANO E works with a semi-modular synth like this Behringer Model D. What we want to do is run a steady voltage into the input, attenuate that voltage with the slider, and then take that attenuated signal from the output to affect a parameter on our synth. So where do we get that initial voltage from? Well, one way is to use an envelope with the sustain turned up. So on the Model D, we can take the amp contour CV out to run into the NANO E. If you have a spare channel on a CV controller, you could set it to an arbitrary note and use the pitch CV. Another option is to use one of these True Tone C35 adapters, so you can get the input voltage from a regular 9-volt guitar pedal power supply. If you go for this option, NANO E has a pad that you can engage, which will bring the voltage down to an appropriate level. Okay, so we've got our input voltage. Now we just need to go from the output to a CV input on the Model D. For me, this is usually the filter cutoff, but it could be any parameter that you've got CV access to. Of course, the input doesn't need to be a steady voltage. You can use NANO E to attenuate any kind of CV signal. For example, you could take an LFO, put it through NANO E, and send it to your oscillator's pitch for a vibrato control. Because NANO E is an analog controller, it's always going to give you a nice smooth response when working with other analog gear. As much as I love Arturia's KeyStep Pro, I was a bit disappointed to discover the steppy output of the mod strip. This issue can be resolved though by running the mod strip's CV output through NANO E. Now let's look at how to use NANO E with an expression pedal or CV input on a keyboard. In most cases this is really easy. You just need an 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch TRS cable, plugging the small end into the in-out socket on the NANO E and the other end into the keyboard. And the same for pedals with an expression input. For synths that use a different expression pedal standard, you'll need to switch the polarity of the signal for it to work properly. This can be done using a headphone to dual RCA cable and an RCA to 1/4 inch headphone adapter. Or you could just use a TRS MIDI AB converter. Another way in which synths can differ, especially in the world of modular, is how they respond to different potentiometer values. That is the range of attenuation that a knob or slider provides. NANO E ships with a B50K slider installed, but a B20K slider is also included along with a tool to easily swap them out. You just unclip the legs from the other side to remove the slider and secure the new one using the reverse procedure. It's got good quality spring contacts on the PCB, which ensure the integrity of the connections in the absence of soldered joints. So that is NANO E from DF Audio. A simple little device that can help you get more out of your gear and open up some new playing possibilities.
So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.